What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon on this lovely Thursday, which does mark us as being exactly 1 week shy of the draft. Just 1 week away, 1 week and 1 hour as of the exact upload time of this video. And things are definitely kind of slowing to a crawl here. We did see one new tidbit of information about a top 30 visit, the Fresno State corner Carlton Johnson. We did take a look at him, have him into the facility, but still waiting for more information to get backfilled on some of this stuff. Still waiting for more updates about, I think it's like 8 top 30 visits that we don't know about. Maybe we just didn't use a couple, I don't know, but more than likely there have been a couple that just haven't been reported. But we did get one bit of information earlier today that's pretty interesting, and I thought I'd go ahead and cut a quick video to go over it. Laken Tomlinson and his contract with the Seahawks initially reported to be 1 year worth up to $4 million. Well, as it turns out, most of that $4 million is wrapped up in incentives. So what we have here is a breakdown from Brady Henderson. I saw this on I think it was a Condota as well. So the actual value of the contract is $1.21 million, so just over veteran minimum. I'm pretty sure veteran minimum is like slightly less than this. So 1.21 million is the actual value. Only 500,000 guaranteed, so we could let him go before the season and only pay him $500,000. I don't think we will, but we could. And that leaves 2.79 million in incentives. So, pretty substantial portion of this contract is tied up in incentives. So, to break it down, about half of the incentives, 1.29 million, is for playing 90% or more of the snaps, and another $750,000 is for playing 95% or more of the snaps. So most of the incentives, over 2 million of it, is tied up in playing time. And I know that there are some people out there who are optimistic about Laken Tomlinson. I know that there are some people out there who are high on his ability to make positive contributions if you put him in a more functional, more fundamentally sound offense compared to what the Jets have had the last 2 years. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think the Seahawks have not done their job very well if Laken Tomlinson plays anywhere near 90 or 95% of our snaps. He should be starting the season as a backup, and even if there are significant injuries in front of him, he's unlikely to get to 90%. So if the team is able to find a viable starter in the draft next week, then these first two incentives will very, very unlikely to be reached. I'll put it to you that way. Graham Barton, Dominic Pooney, Cooper Bebe, maybe one or two other guys would all be more appealing to play, I believe, over a guy like Tomlinson, who is basically completely immobile and old, and the last 2 years has not played particularly well. So there's that. Now, we do have a $250,000 bonus for making the playoffs, so could get that. That could go either way. Ask me after the draft, right? $250K more for making the second round via first round bye or winning one playoff game. And then $250K if he makes the Pro Bowl, and I think that's very unlikely to happen. So, more than likely, as long as this team does their job this year, because the thing to understand with Tomlinson is that he's extremely durable. So if he does get the starting nod for this season, he is relatively likely to reach these incentives. But if the team does their job and acquires somebody better, or at the very least a better fit for what we're trying to do offensively, that relegates Laken Tomlinson to a backup, which is what he should be at this point in time, then to me, the only real incentives we have to worry about would be these middle two as a possibility. Making playoffs, making divisional round, that's at least possible. So you're looking at, even in that case, 1 year, 1.71 million. Pretty reasonable. So that makes me feel a lot better about the deal. That's basically veteran minimum and with a little bit tied to it. So nothing to really be upset about here. Pretty good, pretty reasonable for a guy of his stature and status in this league. That seems about right. So yeah, Laken Tomlinson, 1 year, 1.21 million with about 500,000 in incentives that have a realistic chance of being reached, and then another 2.3 million or so in incentives that are, I'm going to call them unlikely to be reached. Very unlikely, even. The playing time in the Pro Bowl. But we'll know a lot more in a week and a half. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Just want to let you guys know what's going on there, and I will see you guys either on Twitch later, or with the Hawks Nest stream later today, or with the videos tomorrow.